When hiring an educator for your childcare business, what's the difference between an independent contractor and an employee? In today's conversation, we will learn the difference between classifying staff as a contractor or employee. Disclaimer: the information contained here has been prepared by Civitas Strategies Early Start and is not intended to constitute legal, tax, or financial advice. The Civitas Strategies Early Start team has used reasonable efforts in collecting, preparing, and providing this information, but does not guarantee its accuracy, completeness, adequacy, or currency. The publication and distribution of this information is not intended to create, and receipt does not constitute, an attorney-client, or any other advisory relationship. Reproduction of this information is expressly prohibited. Only non-commercial uses of this work are permitted. Hiring an additional person to assist you with your childcare business can be beneficial to you and your program. When you have another reliable person, you can offer more quality experiences for the children in your care. You can possibly expand the number of children you serve, and you can have peace of mind, knowing that someone can step in if you have an unexpected leave from work. The question becomes, is your additional person an independent contractor or an employee? This distinction is important, and knowing that now will help your business and keep you from possible difficulties with the Internal Revenue Service. Contractors and employees are handled very differently under labor laws. This includes both federal law and state law. A contractor is treated as a completely independent worker, taking care of their own employment taxes, and often you, as the employer, have fewer legal duties to this type of worker. Alternatively, if you have someone classified as an employee, you have more responsibilities to them and greater associated costs, such as employment taxes and benefits. Seeing that the contractor classification is a less costly route, some childcare business owners will choose to have a worker treated as a contractor when, according to guidelines, they should be treated as an employee, even when the worker would prefer the contractor classification. It's important to note that the decision on how to classify a worker isn't up to the employer or the worker. There are labor rules that help you know if the worker you have hired as a contractor or an employee. You don't want to unintentionally misclassify someone as a contractor when they should be an employee, as this can cost you time and money. Even if you make an honest mistake, you could be liable for 100% of the employer taxes that you should have been paying all along. A portion of the worker's contribution to payroll taxes. This means you would be paying a portion of the taxes that you would have never had to pay in the first place. Criminal fines for thousands of dollars. The price of any missed benefits and other employee compensation, such as paid time off, things that the worker didn't receive as a contractor. You must make the correct classification so you can avoid these potential risks. Let's look closer at how you can determine if you have a contractor or an employee. In determining if you have a contractor or employee, you want to look at the three essential elements of the definition of employment: service, wages, and direction and control. The first element is service. Does the person work on a contractual basis, or on short-duration projects like a contractor? Does the person work for other businesses or just for you? The second element is wages. How is the person paid? For example, is the person paid every week for a set number of hours, which indicates an employee, or does the work vary like a contractor? Do they have regular expenses that are reimbursed like an employee? The final element is direction and control. How much control do you have over the day-to-day work? For example, do you set the requirements around the hours of work, what equipment or tools need to be used, or the training needed? If yes, then this person is likely an employee. This is helpful information. Now what? Here are 3 recommend next steps to consider when it comes to classifying workers. Step 1: think through the needs of the position before you hire someone. Be sure you check the labor laws before you mistakenly hire someone as a contractor and then have the liabilities that come along with it. Step 2: if you think you may have one or more misclassified contractors, pause and revisit your state's guidelines. Look at the specific roles and the workers as individual, if there is more than one, and carefully consider each part listed above. Seek help from a human resource or legal professional about what to do if you find a worker has been misclassified. Step 3. Whenever you are in doubt, seek advice from a human resource or legal professional. Potential misclassification of workers could come with large penalties. It's worth the cost to invest in professional advice if you have questions or want to know how best to proceed. Free business consultations are available to help you strengthen your business. Experienced business consultants are available at no cost to you to help you focus on your business goals and to stay accountable to what you want to achieve. Visit indianaspark.com/civitas for more information.